advanced hip strengthening exercises. For this series of exercises, you'll need a heavy resistance band, a non-movable surface, and a mat on which you can lie on. To begin this series, we're going to go back to the exercise that we had in our beginners level. And here you'll crisscross those bands around the feet. And you're going to begin just by opening and closing those legs to work the outer thigh. Remember, you're always moving from tension to more tension and always controlling that slingshot back. So you don't want to let the legs come close together. You're always in control of that movement, just pulsing beyond shoulder width. Once you've completed 30 to 50 reps on this one, you can then take the bands off, and we're going to go into our inner thigh activation here. So similar to what we did in the past, where we did our inner thigh hip dip, now you're going to advance that movement and do a little bit of a jump. So you're going to start jumping the hip dip, and that's going to start really activating that inner thigh muscle. You want to do anywhere from 20 to 30 here, but make sure you count so that you know exactly how many are being done, so that you match it on the other side when you switch over. Remember, the name of the game is about creating balance between not only left and right, but inside, outside, front, and back. So always, always count your reps and make sure you meet the same amount of reps on the other side. Let's say, for example, you find that you're only able to get 10. So let's say I start doing my plyo and I get 10 on this side, whereas on the other side I was able to get 20. Well, you're going to stop, take a break, and then you're going to finish that next 20 so that you match both sides with the same amount of reps. And over time, that gap is going to start closing, and so you're going to be able to get 20 on that left side. But if you never try to get to that 20, you'll always keep creating more of a gap. All right, so that's the inner thigh progression from the previous one. Then you'll grab your bands and you'll put them around your feet again, and you'll crisscross the same way we did when we had our feet up. Here, you're going to want to make sure that there is sufficient tension between your feet, and we're going to isolate now your left and then your right side. So from here, you'll just rest your head down. If you want, you can put a yoga block if you have any neck issues. And here you're going to just raise the leg, separating them just as we did with both feet up. You're going to notice that this is significantly harder because now we're isolating just one side. So pay very close attention to which side is weaker, because that will be the side that you want to do an extra set on to make sure that you create balance within your hips. 20 to 30 there, flip over, and 20 to 30 on the other side. Once you've completed that, we then move into the front of the leg and the back of the leg. So for the front of the leg, you'll need your exercise ball. And this is a progression from the core series that we did, where we had the knee tuck. And then we started learning about the single knee-ins. So now what we're doing is we're combining that move, and you're going to have one knee in with a single knee tuck. Again, counting how many reps you get on one side, and then switch and do your other side. When you've completed these reps, you're going to move to the next exercise, which is the back of the leg. The key here, though, is when you're on your hands, you've really got to make sure you're pushing yourself as far away from that non-movable surface. Now, the back of the leg, you're going to get that non-movable surface, and you're going to make sure only your shoulder blades and your head are resting on it. The rest of you is in a nice tabletop position. You can hold wherever you feel comfortable holding. And you're going to take one leg off the floor and you're going to start jumping the bridge. If you're not ready for this, you can just do this, which is part of our beginner move, but then certainly start trying to get a few jumps in. So eventually you can get 20 to 30 jumps on one leg and then 20 to 30 jumps on the other leg. And that would be one set. I encourage you to do at least two, and if you're feeling really strong, try for a third.